long you've been told that shading zone coverage has no impact on how your coverage plays. I'll be honest, I have been adamant that you should not shade zone coverage and that you will never notice. But the truth is, if you look at yellow zones in this year's game, shading your zone actually works. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can take a defense that can't guard a flat to make it guard a flat, and how you can take a route that honestly is always money against cover 3 in the form of the tight end wheel and guard it with a simple pre-snap adjustment that does absolutely nothing to the rest of your defense. So let's go ahead and set the table here. Obviously on defense, we know that the main way of playing the game is zone drops. Most players are going to set curl flats to 5. Most players are going to set their flats to 30. This is going to allow you to play a Mabel coverage, which is quite popular out there in our community. So let's go ahead and call cover 4 out of dollar. Now here on the offensive side of the ball, I'm just going to set up a streak corner flat combo. Obviously, depending on the coverage shell, we know that in this situation, if we have a vertical hook out here and then we have a 30-yard blue, that flat is going to be pretty tough to defend. So if I were to kind of snap this ball here, you're going to see that this throw out into the flat, it's going to be free. Everybody in the game takes this throw, whether you're running bunch offset in the Philly playbook or regular bunch or bunch X nasty or literally any other street corner flat combo. This is the first read for the majority of players. And as you see here, the problem is, again, you just don't have a supporting flat zone that can really take care of this. This blue is set to 30, and obviously the vertical hooks don't do anything in the flat. But the truth is, you can actually still make your hook zones do things to defend underneath coverage. So let's go ahead and show you what I mean here. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and user this middle linebacker, and I've got this vertical hook. Keep in mind that no matter what you do when you shade, even if you shade down, this hard flat is still set to 30. But what it does is it turns this vertical hook into what I call a pseudo flat. And a pseudo flat is basically going to allow you to kind of give the image that you're mabeling, especially when you consider that a lot of people will glance off their first read if it's not open hot. So when I've shaded down on this vertical hook, what you're going to notice is he's going to jump straight into the flat. And if I throw this hot, obviously this could be a potential pick 6. Keep in mind, this is a hook zone. So again, taking a look here specifically at this player being a vertical hook defender, being able to jump a quick throw to the flat before sinking back into the seam is so valuable, because if you have a KO on this player, maybe it's a mid zone or a flat zone KO, this is going to be dropped like you see right here in this example. If you guys are enjoying today's video so far, make sure you guys hit the like button. It is the most important part. It tells YouTube that this is a helpful video and it pushes it out to other players just like you looking for tips and tutorial content. It means a lot to me. It's absolutely free. So if you guys wouldn't mind also subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell, I upload 5 times a week in the morning with shorts in the afternoon. All this content absolutely free. And if you guys are fiending for a little bit more, you guys should check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron has been working year-round to keep you guys on top of the most popular pro metas and their counters like you're seeing here in this video. You guys can unlock well over 200 vault videos and 10 offensive and defensive game plans on the website for just $9.95 per month. This also includes Discord access where we have lab sessions every week, so make sure you guys hop in there as well. So this is actually a really cool thing that you guys are going to be able to do that doesn't make it so you have to call, your traditional Mabel coverage. After all, most good players have labbed up the way to beat this defense with a 5-yard purple, a 30-yard blue, and a deep half or an outside third over the top. This is going to allow you to sit in more of a cover 2 style defense where you can, set up your A-gap meta and honestly even back up your vertical hook and still shade it down, and it's still going to jump straight to the flat. So if I go ahead and snap this route combo, kind of baiting this throw, notice how it flies straight down and it can force a potential knockout or trap that throw pretty well. You're not really getting yards after the catch with a shaded down vert hook. But again, the cool thing with this as well is that it will do a pretty decent job of sinking back into the middle of the field. So let's say in this example that my opponent doesn't throw the ball into the flat hot. They're just kind of staring at the tight end. Snap the ball. Okay, that doesn't look open. Now watch how he sinks back into the middle of the field and kind of takes away where the eyes of the quarterback would likely move after that throw is not open. So very, very important that you guys understand how this zone is going to flow. When you shade down a vertical hook, it's going to jump straight into the flat. I mean, you can't throw this. This looks like a hard flat zone. But keep in mind, you got that 30-yard that is dropping back behind it, so you got sideline help. And then late in the play, he's going to give up the flat and sink back into the middle of the field for any Texas routes, in routes to the running back out of the backfield, crossing routes, digs. If your opponent likes to roll out and throw back across their body, that's going to be in the middle of the field. It's a really useful zone that you guys can kind of utilize in a big way. Now let's talk about the play verticals, because this one is quite interesting. As we know, verticals, a lot of players out there in our community are going to look straight to see whether or not you're playing a cover 3 or a cover 4. And if you are playing a cover 3 or cover 4, they're going to throw that tight end wheel as a hike throw option. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call this cover 3. Got this traditional cover 3 sky defense, and we know that basically the flat component of the burst wheel is going to pull the flat zone out, and the hook is not going to be able to get to the tight end. So a lot of players will throw this in this little pocket here in this zone, and this is really frustrating. The cool thing about this that a lot of players don't know is that you actually have the ability to shade hook curls outside. So take a look at this. I'm going to hit Y or triangle on your Xbox, and you're going to flick the right analog stick to the outside. This is going to tell these hook curls to play with a little bit more width. Now, of course, an inside releasing crossing route would be your user responsibility. But the cool thing about this is you don't have to compromise your purple zones. Again, if you want to set those to 5, so that way they defend the quick throw to the flat to the B receiver, great. Of course, we know that if you use the purple to guard the B receiver, the wheel's open. But because we shaded outside, take a look at this. We snap this ball, and look how that guy is immediately in that throwing lane of that wheel route to the tight end up the seam. This is one of the more utilized throws in Madden that a lot of players rely on for a 3rd down and medium or 4th down and medium conversion, especially in bunch. They're looking for that wheel. A lot of players just habitually throw it and don't actually read it. So this is going to be a great way to bait them into interceptions. Or how about that pesky halfback streak meta out of the bunch strong? You guys know so many players will throw this streak out of the backfield like you see right there, and unless you have some sort of hard flat KO immediately in that area, it's more than likely going to be a completion. But check this out, because what we can do with this is we can even shade our coverage down and outside. So now we're in a position where, you know what, I'm just going to let this guy play the short corner. I'm going to let this guy take the deeper corner with the KO. I can play a cover 3 shaded outside and take this drag from the tight end back to the post. And what you're going to notice is even if they want to throw this running back streak out of the backfield, he's going to be sitting all over it. So now they can't throw that ball right down the middle anymore. They're going to have to throw it immediately out of the backfield, which a lot of players don't really feel comfortable doing. So again, with this, if you guys ever want to just kind of shade outside, know that that hook curl defender is going to actually do a pretty decent job of sitting out there. So again, you see right here, I shade outside. I want to throw that ball in the middle of the field. He's going to get a hit on that throw right as he cuts up the seam. Usually this is a wide open rat catch in this defense. Again, if I were to run this one more time here, I'm going to streak the running back, this time making no adjustments. And again, I just want you to watch. As long as somebody attacks the flat here with the B receiver, this little pocket of field is going to be so open. And you see that you could just rat catch it. It's not a catch, hit, drop situation. It's a catch and hold on to it situation. So these are really good examples of how you can use shading down with a vertical hook or outside with a hook curl to defend some of those throws that a lot of players tend to rely on that are kind of in that short, I would say, area between the hash mark and the numbers on the field. Those are really, really popular areas to get the ball out instantly and then run downfield after a juke. Hopefully you guys have learned something out of this. This does not impact the way your zone drops work. As long as you have your zone drops for your purples and your blues, they'll drop to the depth you set, but you have a lot of control over those hook defenders. There is something there, especially the outside shade. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, and I'll see you guys later this afternoon with our next YouTube short or tomorrow with our next long form video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.